Hello and welcome back. So in this episode, we'll be looking at how to create our very first web page. All right. Let's start with our folder structure and let's see how we can use our text editor and start coding. Without much ado, let us get on and get our hands dirty. So you first have to locate your desktop and create a folder. All right. Create a folder. All right. You can name your folder anyhow you want it, but I would like to call my HTML project. All right. Afterward, you open your text editor. Okay. This is my Sublime text here. All right. So there are the two ways that we can start with. Okay, so we can come to the file, then you go to open, then you locate your desktop, then you locate your folder structure. This is my folder structure. Then you open it direct. All right, it will come, or you can go by the traditional ways by dragging and dropping. Okay, I just drag it and drop it inside my Sublime text. I think this one is more easier to do, so I would like to go by this way. All right. Now, to begin with, the first thing that we have to do is that we have to save our HTML file. And to do that, you can come here to the top here. You can come to the files here. Then you come to save as. Okay. You can click on save as. So you locate your project. Then you save it. Okay. Or you can do Command S or Control S on Windows. So I'll do Command S. It's the same thing. It has taken me to the location. You have to locate your project folder. This is my project folder. It's on desktop. This is my desktop, and this is my project folder. HTML project. This is it. HTML project. Now I have to save it here. What is most important is the file extension. So we can name it anyhow. You can name it your name. You can use your name to save it. But what is most important here, I would like to go by index because this is a traditional way. Index.html. You can name this one anyhow you want it. But because it is an HTML file, make sure the file extension is HTML. Please, very, very important. Take note of that one. If you don't get the file extension correct, it will not work. All right, so take note of that. Afterward, you click on, you hit on save. Make sure you save it inside your folder structure. Very important. Then you hit on save and you are good to go. Now, the next thing to do is that we are going to create our basic HTML template like this one. Let's see how we can do that here. Now, what I will do is that I'll type HTML. I just type HTML and I hit enter. And here we go. All right, so you can see I just type HTML and I hit enter and I am getting all this. And it is because of the text editor I'm using, Sublime Text. That is why I said that it is beginner friendly. I don't have to type all this one by myself. I just type HTML and I hit enter and I'm getting this one. All right, let me explain. The doc type HTML presuppose that when you're using the doc type HTML, I don't need to think about the updating my HTML every day. When I do the doc type HTML, it will automatically update all my project to the latest version. All right, in HTML. So at first you have to constantly updating your project, but now became it a new solution that is doc type HTML. Take it just like that. Now we are in HTML5 and this is HTML5 that we are using. So if you come to the HTML, this is the closing tag of the HTML, the header, and this is the closing tag of the header. We have the title and we have the body. Okay, so all your code will go inside the body. All right, the basic code that we write will go inside our body section. Our title is the title that you give to your work, the work that you are doing. Okay, so consider it just like that. It's just like this one, the basic structures here. That's what we are seeing here. All right, so let's start by giving our project a title. Okay, so I would like to call my first web page. You can call it anyhow. You can call it Facebook, YouTube, whatever. But for the start, this I would like to call it. Like I said before, all our code will go inside our body tag. Okay, so in our body section, let me do each one. Okay, HTML deals with closing, open and closing tags. Okay, so I open the H1, I have to close it. That is why you can see here and see here. And for you to identify the closing tags, you can see the forward slash. Okay, so you can see the body tag is here. It means we are closing it here. Okay, take note of that one. So a traditional way, we have to do what? Hello world. Okay, all right. So let's save it and let's print it in the browser and see. So to print it in the browser, you right click, then you come to open in a browser. Okay, just hit on open in the browser. Okay, so you can see it here. Hello world is here. All right, now let's add more content. Let me add a p tag. P stand for paragraph. Okay, remember open and closing tags. All right, so I'll just call it what, my project paragraph. All right, so let's open it in the browser, then refresh. Sorry, I didn't save. Always make sure you save the project before you refresh. Okay, so you can see my project paragraph is here. All right, so that is all for this video. But before we go, let us do a quick recap. Okay, so all what we did was that we created our folder structure here. Then we open our Sublime text and we drag our folder structure inside our Sublime text. Then we started coding, and what we did is that we saved our HTML file. So if you open, you can see that HTML file that we save is here, and we save it as index.html. And after that, we set our basic template. Then we open it in our browser, which rendered inside the browser like this. All right, so that is that for this video. Stay tuned and see you on the next one.